Hey. This is William.
Big John, also known as John the slipperest son of a gun in the Big Apple. Decades of crime committed, no one has even been found off. There's just never been enough evidence, no matter how incriminating. He's got the best lawyers in the state. Wouldn't be surprised if him and the mayor shook hands. He's been a plague on this place and has plagued me for years. His crimes tend to come a little too close to home for my liking. But now I'd like to think we've got the evidence we need to nail the bastard. We've got him. So, Johnny, you want to do this the easy way or the hard way?
Don't worry. It'll be easy when I get my lawyers involved.
You won't be needing your lawyers, because we have enough evidence to put you in jail for good.
That's what we said last time.
Well, this will be the last time you walk the streets a free man. Because, Big Johnny, you left one key piece of evidence behind. You killed little old Susie and her boyfriend.
You're gonna need a lot more evidence to put me away. That could be any rich man's cigar.
Well, that's lucky, because we got little old Susie's scarf right here. With cocaine-covered fingerprints on it. Forgot you get your cronies to clear it up afterwards, did you?
I haven't touched cocaine since my youth, detective. Plus, why would I kill Susie? She never did anything to irritate me.
I think you're going to need a little break at this point. This goddamn crook won't give us anything.
Detective, you see me know what it takes?
Save it up there for the last one you have as a free man.
What are you saying, detective?
Well, this is the last piece of evidence I have, and I'm 100% sure it's all I'll need to get you. Tony's eyewitness testimony.
God damn it, Tony, you snitch! Well done, detective. It only took you 10 years of your life to catch me.
Hey, come on. Right, okay, boys.
Nice.
Do you mind standing in front of the screen?
I mean, I would mind.
Yeah. Well, I'm telling you. It's a rhetorical question.
It's not as bad as I thought,
Brandon as well. Okay. So, collectively, what do you think? Callum, are you pleased with the final result there?
Big John.
Playing again.
Also known as John.
Pause it. Just hit
Please
space
tell
bar.
us.
Son of a
Hit
gun
space
in the
bar.
Big Apple.
There you go.
Big John, biggest man in New York.
Who directed that? Finn. So, was your vision actualised? Is that what you expected to see?
What?
Is that the film you set out to make?
Yeah.
Because, how so?
Because
What went right?
It was a 1950s interrogation, so it turned out alright. It just looked like a 1950s interrogation.
Yeah, do we agree with that? I think
Yes.
so. The fact you managed to find some classic footage, the music as well. Instantly, see, music is ingredient X in anything. If you get the music right, bang, everything else kind of fits into place. You instantly create the right mood. The fact you downloaded original sort of 40s, 50s car footage, driving along, that's great. Got to ask Callum, you stayed in character all the way through that. Your accent was good, you did a voiceover.
The accent was pretty good. There was like one line where it just went English and then he went back to like...
How much of that was learnt lines and how much of it you kind of made up on the spot following a rough idea?
Like when we were filming, like now and then we'd have the script out and like we'd read that and then just. Although I think this caused a few sort of abrupt stops when filming, but we got through it eventually.
Yeah. Callum.
They have the same problem as ours. It's meant to be 1950, but in the background you can see a 2018 projector.
All right. I didn't notice that. Well, I was concentrating on the performances.
Yeah.
And because
It's good. It was really good. But
because they tricked me with the music and the cars.
Yeah.
Kind
It's
of,
how you don't look
but
at.
also, what else did they do that made it look more convincing? Yes.
I like the different camera angles. I like the pan as well. That was really, really smooth.
Yeah. There's quite a variety of angles there, and also mise en scène. What's that? Mise en scène.
Well, you can see it in camera. Like that.
So everything that you saw, were they wearing sort of Teletubby outfits?
Yeah. They actually dressed up and stuff.
They dressed up, haven't they? So they'd used props. So just by having a hat, shirts, a tie, that made them look even more sort of 1940s on top of the car footage and the music.
Yes.
Robson, what were you up to on that particular production?
Researching and printing off the cigar picture.
Yeah, so that was good. You had a piece of evidence. I did feel the cigar picture. I didn't quite get what there was until Bob said what it was.
Yeah, that's why we said it, because we thought you would be able to see it black and white.
So it's supposed to be like a Polaroid image. But
Well, they didn't have Polaroids in those days.
oh, did they not?
No.
Oh.
You could have done your research, Robson. But or just a close-up shot. You know, just get closer to the picture so that you could actually see the word cigar written on the label. But you said what it was, so we kind of knew.
Yeah. Yeah. It was Brandon that found the cigar.
What did we think to the story?
Very good.
It was alright. It was really good.
Really good.
I like the credits at the end as well. That was pretty sick.
Yeah, proper credits. It looked like a proper little film. The only thing I thought was brilliant frustration from the cop. My God, how am I going to get this bastard? Then it says 5 phone calls later.
Yeah.
And I thought, A, that was slightly too quick. You cut away before the word later finished on the screen. That's a really tiny thing. But also, who were those 5 phone calls with? And when you come in, who's Tony? And what is it about his eyewitness statement? Because I would have thought, no, you're going to need more than that, because it's Tony's word against Bob, who's been getting off with crimes for at least 10 years. He's probably even shook hands with the mayor. He said that in the script. So I was kind of thinking, what is it about Tony's testimony that's really going to nail this guy? So it's not a plot hole, but just sort of, I was curious to find out exactly, after all this time and effort, what is it that this guy Tony's going to say that's going to put him away? You've got fingerprints, you've got cigar labels.
We kind of thought about that last minute. We didn't really know what to do. So that was a last minute thing.
So we decided we wanted one more piece of evidence, but we wasn't quite sure what we wanted to do.
Okay. Well, see, if you hadn't had that, then you wouldn't have had the resolution, which is finally the good guy's got his man. So you kind of needed that extra bit of evidence to sort of make that happen. It sounds like it was a bit last minute. It wasn't quite as well thought out as the rest of it. But what do the rest of you think? I mean, what went well for you, Sam?
Well, I think the beginning bit, the commentary, the music wasn't overtaking Callum's voice, so it was slightly just below it, but it was.
It's good sound mix. You could hear what he was saying, and that drew us in. With any film, just like a book, if it doesn't work on page 1, kind of, if I'm not interested, why would I turn the page? But that was exciting. I wanted to find out more. I'm hearing about this guy, this criminal. I kind of knew straight away that you're a cop talking about this guy, and it's taking place somewhere in Los Angeles. It looks like a film noir. That's a particular genre of film noir films. Casablanca, it's kind of film noir, but To Have and Have Not, Maltese Falcon, The Big Sleep with Humphrey Bogart and Lauren Bacall. It's just an absolute classic. If you've never seen it, watch it. You'll be hooked. You'll want to find out what happens next. Bob! Brilliant acting. Can I ask why you had an English accent and not a...
Because I couldn't do any accents.
Okay, that's fine. That's good enough.
Okay.
Were you pleased with your performance when you see yourself on camera?
Oh, I guess.
Yeah.
I never like watching myself.
Well,
so.
people don't, but I thought you did a good performance there. I was convinced. You were kind of just sort of sat there with your arms folded, and similar to Mark Anthony. Yeah, okay, cop, bring it on. Come and have a go if you think you're hard enough. So you weren't getting angry. You were quite confident you were going to get off with this.
Yeah.
The bit that was
10
really
years
hard.
Going the 10 years that we set, going just back and forth. But
yeah, and the fact that you say that, it felt natural in the script, but there's a bit of exposition for us, the audience. Well done, after 10 years you do that, it's a sarcastic hand clap. It's like, wow, finally 10 years, he wins, and you're going down. I don't even know what your crime was, but you've
No,
got
no,
that anyway.
I think
No,
they
no,
explained
no.
it in the book. He's Beg's crook in northern New York or something. This wasn't Steve.
Brandon, what were you camera person?
No, I was just input because I didn't really want to like do much because I just wanted like the rest of the group to have a turn because I took like a lot of turns at like the first film we done.
Okay.
So I just kind of like laid back a little bit and just watched them do it.
And they do, who did the edit? Were you overseeing the edit?
I just put input in, so.
The edit was mainly.
What do we think to the edit? Someone mentioned camera angles. Someone else talk about the camera work. What did we think to it? Don't be shy.
Very nice.
Yeah, there was a zoom in.
Very nice.
There was a pan.
Very
What
nice,
else?
great success.
Yeah. Because how so?
Because the camera was down.
The camera was there, shooting, pointing.
Anybody a bit
They
more
pressed
serious?
record.
The camera work.
They didn't bring the back before they killed the call.
Thank you, Callum.
Barrett's happy fine.
Daniel, what do you think of the camera work?
It was pretty good. I liked how like it zoomed in and out and like focusing on focus on Bob.
Yeah.
Thank you.
They were good. I mean, it was classic shot, reverse shot. They did over the shoulder. Did you spot that? Over the shoulder shot, so you're getting the eye line match. That was good. There was one shot, Callum. There was a really nice shot, Callum, where it's shot from below, and you see the ceiling of the room. And he didn't do it straight away. And I almost thought you could have gone away with a few more shots like that because he's angry. And sometimes you don't need to have an angry performance. Just the tension in the room. There was another great shot when he comes out because I think we need to take a break here. And then the reason why is he's hitting the wall. He's that frustrated. And the shot where it's slightly at an angle, it's shot from below. That was really good. That instantly says Dutch tilt. World out of kilter. It's frustrated. It's dynamic. It's not just here's a nice little shot from Callum. It's Callum kind of angry, and you know he's frustrated. What do we think to the grading, the black and white?
Good.
Would that have worked if they just left it in colour? Do you think?
No.
Because
Wouldn't have matched the thing.
it wouldn't have matched the theme. It wouldn't have looked film noir-y. Callum?
So if they made the room a bit darker, because I guarantee you really kept the light on, didn't you? If they turned off the light and they obviously they put the contrast in the edit, I think that would look a bit better.
Yeah, but because if you put the film in black and white and then you make the room dark, you won't see anything.
No, because you can see it was jittering.
No, I mean, you've got the
was
contrast.
originally going to use like a foam light again, how we did in our first one, but we wasn't sure how it was going to come out in black and white. It would just be like really dark, so we just left the light.
Although you had a white shirt on, so that would have picked up any light in the room and actually naturally would have reflected light up onto your face. Most film shoots, they'll have the lights, but they'll also have reflectors as well, depending how much sort of shadow they want to have. So if I'm filming Sonny, he's getting direct sunlight from there, so that side of his face is brightly lit. He's got shadow on the other side because he doesn't have direct light on it. If I put a reflector there, not only does the sun come in and light up that side of his face, it then hits the reflector and literally reflects the light back, which will then make his face, that side, as brightly lit as that side. You'd lose some of the shadow. In this instance, you probably wouldn't want that. You want it to be similar to Mark Anthony's film, where it's a lot darker and you've got shadows on the wall, which sort of gave it a film noir look. Anything else they could have done differently?
About like the 10 years thing, maybe to make it longer, just give a bit of context, like what happened in those 10 years.
Yeah.
Which he did sort of cover in the voiceover at the beginning. He's just saying, I've been after this guy for ages, he keeps getting off, loads of evidence and it's never worked, he's probably shook hands with the mayor. I thought that was a really... Who wrote the script, by the way?
He wrote the opening bit where he spoke, and I wrote the majority of the actual main script.
Yeah, well, I think that should be applauded, because just that one line there, hey, he's probably shook hands with the mayor. That one line alone speaks volumes about his power and his position, where he is in town. And that's, even if he hasn't shook hands with the mayor, he's the kind of guy that could. And if you've got connections to someone like the mayor, you've got friends in high places. And that's probably one of the reasons why this guy, who's obviously a criminal, keeps getting off scot-free. So the whole setup is really good. And most film noirs will do that. You have the voice of the main character explaining the setup, and bang, you're straight in. You don't need loads and loads of backstory. You want to get on with the action. Anything else they could have done? Sort of say picture-wise or editing?
Maybe the script, just when Bob says his script, maybe make it more old-fashioned, like what they would say in that specific time.
Yeah, well, that's down to research. How would they talk in a police interrogation in the 40s? But I thought, certainly because you kept the accent going, it kind of made it sounded real. And ultimately, that's all you want from a film, isn't it? You're capturing sound and light from the real world and then giving it back to people. And you want it to look like the real world. You want it to be convincing. You want it to look like the truth. You want to be convinced, basically. It's what they call suspending disbelief. Ever heard that expression?
No.
You know it's not real, A, because it's on a cinema screen, and it's a made-up story, it's a fiction, but for you to enjoy it, you suspend your disbelief. You know it's not true, but for you to enjoy it, you can. I know it's not true, but I want to see how the story unfolds. I want to see how the characters speak and interact, and what happens next, and what happens next. So you suspend, you literally sort of hang your disbelief over there in the corner, and don't worry about it. So I thought you did that really well, in terms of creating a mood. Anything else? Is there anything you would have done differently? I know you say you put the last bit of evidence in a bit last minute, but overall, anything you would have done to sort of change it?
A little bit of the editing, because we didn't have enough time to put the like different music on the other parts of the thing, because you have the music just cut out.
Yeah.
We left it to the last minute, and then we didn't have enough time to put the music in on the rest.
So again, that's just planning, isn't it? So that's the sort of thing. Okay, maybe someone go and research the right bit of music, so it's kind of there ready ahead of the edit. So when you walk in with your pictures and sound, you've also got your music bed. Because also it might be, oh, that's a really good piece of music, but oh, that scene finishes and then I've got to end the music. That might be a bit too abrupt, so you might need to sort of stretch your pictures to fit the piece of music, or choose a different bit of a song. All those things come into play. It's all about rhythm and tempo with films. I thought the delivery was good. I thought it wasn't all sort of shouty, I'm delivering my lines. It sounded quite convincing. It sounded like a proper police interrogation. And ultimately, that was your brief, make a police interrogation. Do we think they've done a good police interrogation? Yeah. So you win. Well done. Cool. Thank you. I should pause it there.